Hello French learners and welcome back to my channel Orthography Lessons. So today we're gonna start the second part of the program Orthography Lessons. This part is conjugation or conjugaison. As we all know, conjugation concerns especially verbs and their tenses. The special thing in French verbs is that they are classified into three groups. But we will classify them into only two categories referring to their termination of conjugation to make things easier. So before we start, we may talk a little about pronouns in French. In French, there are 6 pronouns, 3 for singular and 3 for plural. Those of singular are named as first person, second person, and third person. As you see in the photo, we have 3 pronouns. The first is je. The first person is je. The equivalent of je in English is I. Look at the photo. It is I. The second is tu. Tu. The equivalent of tu in English is you, but for singular, when we design only one person, we say tu. In English is you. The third person contains 3 pronouns. The first is elle. Elle. When we talk about a girl, we say elle. In English is she. When we talk about a boy, we say il. Il. The equivalent in English is he. And we have the indefinite pronoun, which is on. On. We use the indefinite pronoun on when we want to talk about something or someone that we don't know his gender or his number. So the two elle and il can be replaced by she and he. Those were the pronouns of singular. As we said, there are 3 pronouns. The first person, je, the second person, tu, the third person, il, elle, on. Let's move to the plural pronouns. The plural pronouns, as we said, are 3. They are the 4th person, the 5th person, and the 6th person. So the 4th person is nous. Look at the photo. There are many people that they are talking about themselves. So they say nous. In English, the equivalent is we. We. The 5th person is vous. So in the photo we see someone that he is talking to 2 people. In English it is you, but for plural, when we talk to more than one person. The last one is elle avec S, elle with S, and il with S, il avec S. It's when we talk to about someone, saying plural or plural and feminine or masculine. To talk about a masculine group, we use il with S. And to talk about someone that they are girls, we use L with S. The equivalent in English is they. But in French, we have the choice between feminine and masculine. So that's it about the pronouns. Now you may ask yourselves, is there an equivalent for the pronoun it in French? So I will say yes, there is. In the next example, I will give you two examples about feminine and masculine. Follow me. I like this pen. It writes very good. I like this channel. It helps me a lot. So the word pen is masculine and the word channel is feminine, and we replace them with it. Let's find out in French how we do that. Look at the examples in French. J'aime ce stylo. Il écrit bien. J'aime cette chaîne. Elle m'aide beaucoup. So what we have done, when it design a masculine, it will be replaced by il. And when it design a feminine thing, it will be replaced in French by elle. So that's it. Those were pronouns in French. We said that we have 6 pronouns. We have je, which is I, tu, which is you for singular. We have il and elle for the absent person, which means he and she. And for plural, we have 3. We have nous, which is we. We have vous, which is you for plural. And we have il with s and elle with s for absent persons, which are more than 2. And we have seen it, that we say we can replace it by il or elle in the singular. We come back to the classification of verbs now. What we're gonna do, we will classify verbs according to the termination of the verb conjugated with the first person je at the present tense. Okay? Let's see together. The first category is the category of verbs that end with e at the termination with the first person je in the present. I repeat, verbs that end with e or e in French with the first person je in present. Let's see together this example. Je coupe la branche. Coupe means cut. Je coupe la branche. Coupe is the verb couper, conjugated with je, the first person, in the present. The termination is e or e, as you see. couper is a verb from the first group because in the infinitive it ends with er or er. We can say here that verbs that finish with er in infinitive are verbs of the first group, and they always end with e or e with the first person je in the present, so they belong to the first category. Now let's see those two examples. Je cueille des fleurs. J'offre des fleurs. The first one is gather. The second one is offer. Let's see the infinitive of these two verbs in French. So, the infinitive of the two verbs using in the last example are: the first one is je cueille. The infinitive is cueillir. The second one, j'offre. The infinitive is offrir. This was the first category, the category with verbs that ends with e in the present with the first person je. Now we move to the second category. This category will end with an s at the end of the verb with the first person always. The second category concerns verbs with er at the infinitive. Those verbs are usually from the second group, whose the present participle is ess-ant. Example: look at this example. We have the verb finir, to finish. Je finis mon travail. Je finis mon travail. Fini here ends with an s. The present participle is en finissant. The verb finir is a verb from the second group. It ends with er in the infinitive form. Also, verbs from third group belongs to the second category, such as sortir, to go out. We say je sors. Voir, to see. We say je vois. Prendre, to take. We say je prends. As you see here, all those verbs finish with an s. Here a quick recapitulation about what we said. We said that there are two categories. The first category is when verbs finish with an e or e in French with the first person. Usually it's with verbs of first group and some verbs like offrir and cueillir. The second category is verbs that finish with an s at the present with the person je. Usually it concerns the verbs of the second group like finir, and some verbs or the majority of verbs of the third group, such as sortir, voir, prendre. Now we're gonna see what does it mean present participle form. Let's take a look about this example. The kid goes to bed closing his eyes. L'enfant va au lit en fermant les yeux. So look at the two words between quotes. We have closing and enfermant. We all know that closing is the ing form in English. So we can say that fermant is like the ing form in English. That's what we call in French the present participle. It is like the ing form. We will see how we can form it. In French, we add ant to the verb's root if the verb is from the first group. Example, fermer is the infinitive, ferme is the root, fermant is the present participle. So we add ant to the root. If the verb is from second group, like finir, we add e2s ant to the root. Example, finir is the infinitive, fin is the root, finissant is the present participle of the verb. So here, my friends, we arrive to the end of this episode and this lesson. I hope you enjoyed and you understand what I was explaining. So I will ask you, if you have any questions about the episode, let me know in the comments. And I hope you push like on my videos, and of course, why not you subscribe to support me. Thank you. See you guys.